While it's true that beauty standards are always changing, whether that be the Kardashian BBL, heroin chic, the constant need for perfect skin, a small nose, there is always something that is trending. But now they're coming for our hands. Hello there and welcome back to another video. My name is Lainey Jean if you are new here, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. Today we're going to be talking about hand care routines, as if we don't already have enough routines to keep up with at the moment. TikTok seems to have this odd obsession with what I like to call micro body parts. Some examples of these that we've seen before is a 10-step skincare routine, hair cycling, foot peels, and now they've ran out of options, so they've moved to our hands. You may be asking yourself, Lainey, why are we in your bathroom in the middle of a video? Great question. You guys are constantly complimenting my hair, and I thought it was only fair I show you how I style it every single day with the sponsor of today's video, Plaine Products. You guys have seen me mention them time and time again in my vlogs, in my favorites videos, and it's finally time to do an in-depth routine. Today is hair wash day, so last night I coated my hair and put it in braids with the Plaine Products beauty oil. I love to use this as sort of a scalp treatment to really moisturize the roots of my hair. But the really cool thing about this beauty oil is that you can use it for so many different things. You can use it to moisturize your hair throughout the week. You can use it on your face as a face oil. I use it on my skin after I shave to really hydrate my skin. It's truly an amazing, well-rounded product that I think everyone could find use for in their day-to-day routine. So I'm gonna hop in the shower real quick and wash my hair, and then when I get out, I'm gonna show you how I use their products to style my hair. Okay, I'm back with washed hair. I let it dry for about 20 minutes in this old, very dyed cotton tee. The first thing I do is I go in and I separate my bangs from the rest of my hair and put it in this Velcro roller that I've had for 3 years at this point. We're gonna start off with the hair repair. This locks in moisture and my hair has become so soft because of it. Then I'm gonna grab the styling gel. This is the only hair gel I've ever used that doesn't leave my hair feeling crunchy after I use it. So now I'm gonna let this sit for about 3 to 5 minutes just to dry down a little bit more. And then we're gonna go in with the sea salt spray. I spray it directly on my hair to start, and then I spray it on my hands to really get in there and fluff it up. My core goal as a creator is to help others realize what small swaps they can make in their day-to-day lives, and I love that Plaine Products is helping me do that. All of their products come in aluminum bottles, which you can rinse and send back to them to be washed and reused for future orders. Plaine Products is running a sale from March 26th to 29th on all of their styling products, so if you want to check out my favorites or you want to swap out your current routine for something that's a bit better for the planet, you can use code STYLE30 at checkout with the link in my description. Thank you so much to Plaine Products for sponsoring today's video. And a recent topic that has been coming up on social media is commentary on celebrities' hands and how it ages them. Specifically, Kris Jenner has been getting a lot of comments about how her face makes her look like she's in her 40s, maybe 50s, but her hands age her to her 70s.
Kris Jenner just stepped off a plane in St. Bart's, and the internet can't stop talking. Her face, flawless, ageless, almost too perfect. But it was her hands that stole the spotlight, wrinkled, exposed, and shockingly out of sync with her $100,000 facelift. For months, she's hidden them behind elegant gloves at every public appearance, even at her 70th birthday. So why now? Why reveal them? Was it a bold move or a misstep in the Kardashian image machine? The contrast is impossible to ignore.
TikTok is claiming that a hand routine is essential for having glass skin that looks youthful forever. And I have many thoughts on this. My first issue is that many of these hand products, which we're going to take a look at some of them in a little bit, are face skincare products in general, just repackaged for your hands. That bottle of Lubriderm, I'm pretty sure most of us have, works perfectly fine on any part of your skin, including your hands. And I get wanting to take care of your skin so it's not dry or cracking, but I don't understand what the heck this is. Why are we dipping our hands in a bowl as if you don't have a sink probably somewhere in your house that you can just wash your hands with Dawn dish soap like the rest of us? Ah, yes, my 7 p.m. latte. I'm not judging when people have coffee. Sometimes a coffee late at night does hit, but there is an odd formula of these mid-hand routine drinks that will continue to pop up as we move along in this video. The items for those drinks are all linked in her Amazon storefront. She used 3 separate cuticle oils in that video, by the way. Nobody needs that much cuticle oil. I actually took the time to watch some different estheticians and dermatologists talking about these hand routines, and they said that cuticle oil is actually a scam based on the fact that it's very simple ingredients that are being marked up in price, promoting nail growth that is necessary to have perfect hands. And this creator posts videos like this on the daily, getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of views. Notice how none of those products were shown in the previous video? And yes, all of them were linked in her Amazon storefront. A video that really caught my eye was this video from a 37-year-old esthetician who really prides herself on taking care of her hands. And while some of the points she makes I think are valid, other points I have some critique on.
I have an entire anti-aging hand routine. I'm gonna be 38 years old. I'm a master esthetician. Let me show you the favorite products that I put on my hands, and then I will cover them with nitrile gloves when I'm gonna do the dishes, like do any nighttime cleaning, whatever. And like probably almost an hour a day I have this on, and I'm telling you, it has made such a difference. One thing I wish I would have taken care of better are my hands, because they age you. And I never understood when I would see older gals like getting hand treatments done. I'm like, oh my God, like why would you waste that on your hands? I get it now. Okay, so nitrile gloves, I get these off Amazon. I have an entire Amazon storefront link that is hand masks, foot masks, knee masks, because your knees start to get a little creepy too. Now, I am a master esthetician and I do content creation, so I get sent a lot of products for like your hands. I would say either use something that you don't like for your face or your body, or get something more inexpensive, like a drugstore product or something that is within your budget that you can put on your hands generously, like maybe a couple times a day.
So I agree with her that if you, for some reason, want to partake in this, finding products that are within your budget, using things you already have, whether that be repurposing products maybe that you didn't love for your face to use on your hands to get through the product, that's a good solution. I'm not against that. But I want to talk about the language around aging that she is using. As women, we are constantly being told to not age, while men around us can age and just be considered the silver fox. And we've talked about this before, that most of these routines and habits that are promoted to women online are only something we desire to do because it is sold to us. This can be the case with makeup, this can be with skincare, it can be with literally any product ever. And while I don't think it's bad to want to participate in makeup or doing your hair, maybe even taking care of your hands, I do think it's important to understand why we are told to partake in those things and what parts of society have kind of molded us to feel that it is a necessary part of our day-to-day life. She again has Amazon storefront links for so many different options, as she mentions in the video. She also mentions that multiple times a day she does these routines on her hands, putting these gloves on her hands for almost an hour at a time. A lot of people do not have hours every single day to dedicate to sitting with their hands marinating in a set of gloves. Which brings me to my next point. Being able to afford these products alone is a privilege, and it is used as a status symbol. It has become something that people are allowed to flaunt online to basically show, hey, I have the freedom and the time in my day to set aside multiple hours to worry about reducing a few wrinkles on my hands, which in my opinion is extremely unrealistic and a bit bizarre. I'm sorry, but some people have multiple jobs, chores to do, children to take care of. And the last thing I want to do at the end of the day is marinate my hands in a tube of Aquaphor. So let's take a look at one more take on this trend. I am muting all of these videos for the sake of you, my viewers, because I know you guys hate the ASMR stuff. It's a huge thing in these. They add these sound effects to make it sound more aesthetic. There are so many unnecessary utensils and steps being taken throughout this routine, even if you want to focus on taking care of your skin's like hydration and your cuticles and whatnot, fine. But that aside, there are multiple things in this video that I can point out that you don't need. The little scoop for the bath salts, the flower petals for the water, the little brush that she used after she had already applied the oil on her hands. Your hands are tools that you are allowed to use, and it's not going to harm you to rub stuff in with your hands. And like I said before, the drink mid-routine is very random to me. Also, the absurd amount of hand masks people are using and multiple moisturizers, lotions, and oils. If you're participating in this, you don't need that many products. I'm not a professional, but I think that people that are professionals can agree you probably need one oil or serum, a moisturizer, and then maybe every once in a while you exfoliate or do a hand mask. But for most of us, that's not necessary. It becomes a performance for social media. Like I said, flaunting what you are doing online and the fact that you have this privilege of time to dedicate to making these videos and doing this routine. And with many of these things, I always like to ask myself, would anyone actually be doing this if they didn't see it online? The hand shaving thing is driving me absolutely insane. You're allowed to have hair on your body. We are not infants. This trend of these beauty standards to keep yourself hairless, to make yourself look as young as possible, as small as possible, making you look like a child is weird. It is weird that we are not allowed to age and show that we are older. And by participating in this rhetoric that you must take care of your hands so that you don't have wrinkles, so that other people can't clock your age, you are normalizing the systems that are keeping you unhappy, always buying more product, and then you wonder why you feel like shit all the time. So if you do want to partake in this, frankly, it's not my business to tell you whether or not to, but I do try to tell people how to do it in a less consumer-focused way. So here are some things I would consider if this is something you want to partake in. Use what you already have. If you have a basic tub of Vaseline, Aquaphor, Lubriderm, use that as a moisturizer consistently and you will probably see improvements in how the skin on your hands feel. Growing up in Wisconsin, during the winter, my hands would crack really bad because of how cold the weather is, and my mom would completely cover my hands in Aquaphor at night and put them in socks, and I would sleep like that and they would wake up healed in the morning. You don't have to make it complicated. Aging is not the enemy here. Your body is going to show your age over time. That's natural. That's meant to happen. I personally am of the belief that wrinkles and lines and scars and marks show that you've lived life. And I know not everyone's going to agree with me on that. And feel free to tell me if you disagree in the comments or if you do agree. But I think that it proves the life that you've lived, and there's something very beautiful about that. Like I said before, not all routines are bad, but understanding where they come from and why you are doing them is very important. So next time you ask yourself, do I need a 2-hour routine to take care of my hands so they don't show my age? The answer is probably no. That is all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. Let me know in the comments if you've ever participated in this kind of routine. And with all that, I will see you in the next one. I love you. Bye.